Well, hello! I'm so glad you dropped in for this summer Shortie episode. Over the next few weeks, I'm taking a summer break, and to tie you over and keep you close to my heart, I've pre-recorded a couple of shorter episodes where I answer questions and talk about my strategies and ideas. Things that are worth sharing but might not make a whole episode. I hope you enjoy this summer shorties and your summer. And if you want to ask me a question or share an idea, go to asmallerlife.com and click on the left side button in the show notes of any episode. Actually, it might be the right side button. There's a button there. Go find it. Hi. Today I want to talk to you about my basic rules for a calmer and more focused life. So I've said this before. I know some of you that listen to the show hear some things that keep repeating. Those are a part of my life, so they keep coming back. And if you're new, I'm so glad you're here. I've moved house, moved my business right in the middle of the pandemic. And I had to really learn how to go from overwhelm in terms of emotions and feeling, but also lots of stuff needed to go into one house, which is a large house, but still a house and a shop going into one. I really had to quickly learn to say goodbye to things in my business. Things changed. I had to say goodbye to things and kill some darlings. And it was a fast road to focus, but it was also really hard. It was like I needed a 4x4 to drive on that road. I've read some books in the past that really helped me out in this whole process. And I'm still learning. I'm still honing the skill. I'm flexing my focus muscles every day. It's not natural for me. I feel like I'm kind of a creative Epicurean. I love life. I love all the good things in life. I love color. I love stuff. I love it all, but I also really need some quiet and calm around me to function, basically. So what I've done is I've used what I've learned from Marie Kondo's books. I love the philosophy. I'm not as much connected to her as a business owner or person anymore, but I do really love the philosophy and I've seen how it works. And I also am an avid bullet journalist, like a minimal bullet journalist. I will talk about that in another episode. But that really helped to learn how to do things more focused. So this is what I do. In any situation, I do 3 things. In a personal situation, it will be those 3 things. And in a work situation, there will be 2 other steps. So let me explain. What if I need something new? What I'll do is I'll research first. I'll see what's out there on the market. I'll research how sustainable it is, if I can find it local, if I can get it from a marginalized business owner, all of those things. And then in that process of research, I am already kind of narrowing down the options. And then I choose. And by choosing, focus immediately happens. So I'm not overwhelmed anymore because I've started to choose things from the research I did, from the values I used to get there. And then automatically you'll get focus. The research makes you drop some things, some options. Then you choose. So you already automatically have focus. But there's the choose bit is the hard bit. Can you actually choose? Like, let's say you go online to buy a new skirt. There is so much out there. And how to make sure that you are not like scrolling 35 pages of skirts on a fashion website and losing your mind. The focus comes from applying your values to what you need. And before that, to just really ask yourself, do I need it? And what is need? And all of that. Yeah, it's really simple. The idea is simple, but to actually do it and live by these steps is not so simple. Sometimes something that makes things harder makes things easier as well. So I am plus size. I wear a large size. So I automatically have not a lot of choice in sustainable clothing. So there's some things I can do. I can choose from what's offered and say, oh, well, then I'll just have to wear this in bright yellow, even though I was actually looking for green. You can start making things by yourself, by hand. And this is my life at the moment. I actually love the process of having less and spending a lot of time on research. And because you spend a lot of time on it, you also slow down. So it's not like I'm going to sit down and 10 minutes later I ordered a pair of pants. I'm going to sit down and see if I have time to make those pants myself, even though I'm a beginner sewer, or am I going to do something else? Do I need it quickly? What kind of pants are they? Do they have to be sturdy, or can they be like floppy? And do they have to like fit in a certain way? Because then they will match my other items in my wardrobe. Could I just have a quick sewing session and whip up a pair of pants? And yeah, I kind of like the way that works. And in my work, it works the same way. So whenever I want to do something new, or if I want to change things around, I do research. I then choose from the options, which gives me focus, and I'm not distracted as much anymore because I've done that work. And then I design my own way of doing things within that focus. And if it works, I share it with others. So those are the steps. So research, choose, that will give you focus. Within that focus, you design what you need. And design could also be get or buy or whatever. And then if you have success, you share it with others. These have been really helpful tools for me, steps in my life to make sure I'm not overwhelmed by the things everywhere. And yeah, it works. So I hope it works for you too. And you've been a little bit inspired, hopefully. And let me know what you think. Go to the show notes and click the button and leave a message. Thanks. See you next time. I want to say a quick thank you to Ali, who co-produces and edits the show. Thank you to our Patreon supporters and the members of the Yavol community and Building Better Businesses Circle. There are so many different ways to join the movement for more conscious and more sustainable crafting and business owning. Go to asmallerlife.com to subscribe to newsletters I write with makers and or sellers in mind. Support via patreon.com/asmallerlife or join the community if you want to actively work on crafting your conscious wardrobe or lifting your craft business a little higher with practical content and the power of accountability and support of a community. I hope you will be back in 2 weeks for the next Summer Shortie episode.